Shalom. Call the Lord Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai Bahasham Kahakdash. Double honors unto the apostles, double honors unto the elder bishops. Salutations to all my fellow laborers doing this work in truth and sincerity, rescuing their lives and their freedom to do so now more so than ever. The would-be judges, the 144,000, right? And the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth, that be like unto the speckled bird, the Israelite foreigners among the heathen nations that have the appearance of the heathen nations. And to the few Akwath that are listening and learning, to you I say Shalom. This is your brother Malcolm from the branch of the Great Millstone here in Chicago, coming at you with another lesson in truth. This won't be a long one. It's going to be a quick lesson. But I just happened, I got up and turned on the computer, and just started watching videos and was waiting on the Spirit, and the Spirit finally got me something and gave me something, because I was just watching folly and whatever, information, folly, whatever. And finally I came across this, and this is when the Spirit hit me to do my lesson. I put in History Lies, so this is History Exposed. At History Secrets 1 is our history of lies. So Esau Edom knows that he's a liar, that he's exposed. Matter of fact, this is Job 13 and 4. But yeah, forgers of lies, you're all physicians of no value. Right? Luke 12 and 2. For there is nothing covered, there shall not be revealed, neither hid, there shall not be known. So all these lies about what happened in the history to set up Esau, even the so-called white man. So we're going to listen to what they have to say about the Dark Ages, medieval time, because that's one of the biggest lies, especially when it comes to Hollywood, because they completely 100% whitewash the history from the time of the fall of Rome, basically from year 1 all the way up until now. All right, they completely omit the rulership. Well, they'll mention the Moors here and there in the 700-year period with reluctancy. All right, and they'll mention Spain, but they won't mention Portugal. And so just so all you people that know, whoever traveled to Florence, whoever been to Portugal and Spain on vacation, all those beautiful structures, and then that they like to put in the imagery and all the pictures and the postcards, those were built by the Moors and the Morenos, the Morenos being the Israelites, which Moors were not they're not Africans, okay? It's a different race of people. Africans are Hamites. So that's a part of the lie. When they do finally admit the presence of dark people, they try to lump them in with Africans. And though the Moors were not Africans, Moors were Israelites who accepted or was forced into Islam, one or the other. All right, but they're still Israelites by flesh, by blood. All right. So without any further ado, we're going to listen to this Edomite lie, and then we're going to go to an oldie. This video is almost 13 years old, and I've used it so many times in the past, and I saved it, and I had to go and find it after I saw this. But first, let's examine Exhibit A.
Why the Middle Ages seem so fragmented? Why some historical events don't quite add up? This is because almost 300 years of our history never actually happened. The theory is called the phantom time hypothesis. According to this theory, powerful leaders fabricated nearly 3 centuries of history. The year isn't actually 2024. It's closer to 1727. The architects of this deception wanted to align with a certain time, especially around the year 1000 AD. So they invented entire events, rulers, and even empires. They rewrote history to fit their agenda and kept us in the dark about the true timeline. Our perception of history is far more controlled than we realize, and the truth is much stranger than we've been led to believe.
So, yeah, the truth is more stranger than what they've been led to believe. And they did. As a matter of fact, this is such a short video. Let me turn the sound up and play it again so you can really hear it. Although it did have the subtitles on. But here we go. Let's play it again.
In manipulating our perception of time, have you ever questioned why the Middle Ages seem so fragmented and mysterious? And why some historical event...
Hold on, vacuum. Knock off. Satan's at it again.
don't quite add up? This is because almost 300 years of our history never actually happened. The theory is called the phantom time hypothesis.
Now let us remember, that's what made me want to go back. The word hypothesis literally means to guess. So what they're telling you is that it's some sort of hypothesis theory here.
According to this theory, powerful
You see, so it's a hypothesis, a theory, which means it's an educated guess. What they're saying is they don't know, and they do know. They're liars. The relics, and there's so many books and so many relics that prove that this imagery is a lie, because these people that look like this were not the ruling class people during the Dark Ages in the medieval times. This Esau Edom, the self-proclaimed so-called white man, came back into power literally in 1492 at the fall of Portugal and Spain, when those Negroes, Morenos, secret Jews, crypto Jews, Christians, those dark people, that's what Moreno means, a Negro or a Jew. You can look it up on etymology online. All right, 1500 Spain. Facts. Can't argue with it. If you do, you just look stupid. All right, they were the ruling class people, not only in Portugal and Spain, but all throughout Europe. So you have to ask yourself, what happened? How did Eurasia? Because remember, even the name Europe is false. They made that up. Let's show you the receipt. It's always someone new, so let's go to the receipts. When you speak about sensitive things, it's always best to come with the evidence. Wow, here we go. Eurasia. Eurasia. This is from the Oxford Dictionary, 1850s or 1850. All right, so Eurasia, Europe, Asia, the compound Eurasia, or pertaining to Eurasia, to Europe and Asia, considered as following in reality one continent. Right? That's why the Bible never mentions Europe. Europe is an afterthought. Europe is a thought that came along with the Renaissance, with the rebirth, to give them a false homeland, a false place. Because in reality, Esau Edom, the so-called self-proclaimed white man, came from Jordan, Petra. Right? There's artistry and relics to prove it. There's artistry and relics from Petra in that area that you would think you were looking at the time of Alexander the Great, the Grecians, and what's turned into the Romans. All right, because because Alexander, through conquering, came out of Macedon and conquered northwestern Asia, which they now call Europe. All right, the Bible refers to that whole continent as Europe. When you were in Asia, when you were in Spain or Italy, biblical times, it still was referred to as Asia, throughout all of Asia. When even in the 300, when Xerxes was fighting the Greeks, it talked about all the armies of Asia. It didn't say Europe. Okay, so Europe is a made-up concept that came up later, just like Caucasian or white. They made it up. Okay? To what? To fit a narrative. grab this scripture. I'm going to play about 2 or 3 minutes of video. I don't need to play the whole thing and finish with some scripture. But this is Deuteronomy 33:29. And it reads, Happy art thou, Israel, who is like unto thee, O people saved by Yahweh, the shield of thy help, and who is the sword of thy excellency, and thy enemy shall be found liars unto thee, and thou shalt tread upon their high places. So what I'm going to play is this video here. An oldie but goodie. The name is right there. Screenshot it. It's right there. Do not ask me on the comment board. All right. It's called The Moors in Europe 4. Rise of the Dark Knights. This is a collection of art, relics, statues that are still in existence today, going back to the Dark Ages, from about the year 600 all the way up to the 1400s. Okay, a lot of these things you can travel to Europe and go and see these things today. Still, they made so many images of themselves, and they're not Africans at all. These are Israelites. Okay, they're not Hamites. Hamites didn't conquer. Hamites didn't come out of Africa and conquer anything in Asia. All right, after the fall of the Babylon, after the Canaanites, after the fall of the Canaanites, that was the only grip that they had. That Ham's son Canaan was in what you fraudulently call the Middle East today, and that was taken from them by the Israelites, and now it's occupied by Ishmael and Esau, mostly, for the most part today. But here we go. Saints of the Most High, you're looking at them. From Coburg, Germany to Sweden, Italy, Spain, Portugal, Britain, Ireland, Scotland. These were the ruling class people all the way up until they weren't, until Esau got the dominion again, fulfilling scripture. All right? Esau had to be ruling in the last days, but they lied about the past, and one of the reasons is to try to, they let your history, especially when it comes to the so-called Negroes, start with slavery. And they don't want you to know that you were ruling over them in the time that they claim to be their own. So when that guy says history lies, but that's 300 years, the Esau is just a liar, man, because they don't want to admit this. So regardless of what that guy said in that beginning video, this is exhibit B, the information, the receipts. This is how I beat them in court. They just trying to kind of stall it out, get this thing dragging out now. You know, Esau doesn't like it when you show them to be wrong. All right, but 2 more scriptures, because this video that you're watching, it goes on for another 5 minutes. All right, because I'm 2 minutes 41 seconds into the video. All right, and there's almost another 6 minutes, because this is like a 9-minute video of nothing but, you know, with that bomb ass beat, whoever that brother is that made that beat, with imagery, all right, of Jacob being the ruling class people all throughout Eurasia, which is Asia. So everything about Esau Edom is a lie, man. But this is Isaiah 25:7, and it reads, "And he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over nations." So Esau Edom whitewashed through a covering cast over people and through a veil over all the nations. This is why no one has biblical names to them except, you know, the J-ish, which means that they're ish. All right? They're not, you know, they are J-ish. They're not the J's. To be like the, you know, the whole understanding comes into comes with I'm just looking over here on the side. It said, who's the greatest Moor in African history? See, and when they do tell you the truth, they try to you know, put that African title on Jacob. All right.
Want to try with them?
So of course they would. I tried to switch to show the imagery, but they want to show a goddamn commercial. These pieces of shit. Fucking hate Esau. 2 commercials. All right. But
Elect the great rulers of the Moors.
so these were Israel. Matter of fact, Israelites even look different from Hamites. They don't even look the same. I was about to end it, but you know, the Spirit do what the Spirit do. Let's go to the bottom and show the receipt. Okay. They even have a different look. This is from the Zondervan Dictionary Bible. Okay. A Judean and an African and Hamite. All right, it says Ham, the youngest son of Noah, the progenitor father of the dark races, not the Negroes, but the Egyptians, Ethiopians, Libyans, and Canaanites. The Canaanite Africans, those dark Hamites. All right, you see that yellow in his hair. He probably stuck his head up some buffalo's butt and let it piss on him, because that's what they do. All right, not the guy on the screen. The guy on the screen there, that's an Israelite. That's a Moor. The Moors were Israelites, once again, who accepted Islam either voluntarily or at the edge of a spear, at the edge of a sword. And regardless of how he became, you know, part of Islam, he's still an Israelite by blood. And these were the rulers of Portugal and Spain and the rest of Europe, pretty much from about the late 200 to 290 AD, somewhere around that time, all the way up until 1492. All right, so that 1,000-year period. All right. So what's that about? From about 300 AD all the way up until the time of the fall of Portugal and Spain, when Cristobal Colon, aka Christopher Columbus, sailed. Right, Edom began to get the dominion, and really didn't fully get dominion over all of Europe until the 1700s. All right, and so you learn the history about Oliver Cromwell, his removing of the Israelites from Scotland and Ireland, and they've completely and totally whitewashed that, the removal of them from Britain. They've whitewashed history. Okay. So one last scripture. One of my favorites, 2nd Ezra 6 and 27, 28. And it reads, "For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which have been so long without fruit, shall be declared." Koh Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai Bahasham Kahakadash Kwam Yasharala Abad Babal.
All right, let's start off by saying Barakatah Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Chavodash. All right, let's start off to another live lesson. The name of this one is Lambeck.
Here at the edge of a sword. And regardless of how he became, a part of Islam, he's still an Israelite by blood. And these were the rulers of Portugal and Spain and the rest of Europe, pretty much from about the late 200 to 290 AD, somewhere around that time, all the way up until